Hey guys, Tuff Thumbs here, back for another video. So this one I'm excited about. It's going to be on the Tashi collaboration and a few switches and just some bullshit. So starting it right off the bat here, guys, what you see here is the last Tannic. I say it's the last one. I do have Tannic parts laying around. I prefer to not make them anymore because of the random issues I had with it. But this one, I had a Timascus scale cut out for it a long time ago. So the issues that were with some of the Tannic parts didn't come up with this scale because the scale was done after I figured out what was wrong with some of them. So it wasn't that hard to build compared to the other ones, but you know, it still has the, you know, basics of a Tannic. And this one, you know, it's kind of special. I'm going to be auctioning it on Instagram, as much as you guys hate that. So you got really nice thick piece of Timascus. I mean, super thick. This whole thing's just a chunker all around. But it's kind of a cool little beast, Pooncliff. This is one of the smaller models. The Pooncliff became my favorite model of Tannic, and so I pretty much figured I'd do a nice send-off with a Pooncliff. So the detent's real nice. You got the new logo on there. It's basically got a gear pattern on it. Thank you, Dirty Knives. Dude is awesome. You got the satin flats. Then you got the acid washed swedge and grind. This side's blank. Got a nice early lockup. Very strange lock on this one. It's freaking solid though. You got your kind of pearled, heat colored pivot screw. This gorgeous Alpha Knife Supply Timascus. Got your screw down here. Nice little handmade titanium standoff, just one standoff. You got your Timascus pocket clip, looking sexy. Heat colored there, and it's got lube in it, so it's a little sticky. But action's nice on it. It's nice and sharp. It's a little beast, and yeah, just kind of happy that I'm just not gonna make these really. But this is probably the last one. I love this thing. I mean, there may be a point where I take the Pooncliff, change the design a little bit, because I can do it somewhat with the switches, so I may do that because I do like the design of this one. Yeah. You guys, you know, when you got a sticky knife, you got to know that sometimes it's just lubricant on the lock face. So make sure you check that out, because that's what's wrong with this one right now. See, I just wiped it off. Now it's, see, now it's back on there. I just put nano oil right on the track there. So this thing is not sticky, but until I put the video on, you can see the shininess of the lube there. But yeah, very nice lockup. Good action on this guy. Yeah, see, squeaking now. But anyway, it's a good knife. It just decided to do some weird stuff on camera, of course. So anyway, now the Tashi collaboration. So I'm going to go through these, just kind of show you guys what the deal is with this, because the number one question I get from people is, with a collaboration, how much does one maker do and the other maker do? And then, like, does Tashi make knives? You know, this and that. And so I want to answer these questions because obviously nobody's really said much about it. Now this is the Leon Ma Ace you guys have seen. This is actually Leon Ma's model, which I haven't finished, but you know, I don't really care about Leon, so I'll just take my time on this one. Just kidding, dude. Now Leon's a really great guy. I want to do something real special for him, so you got the Damascus bolster, which I had to heat treat alongside the blade in order to have the nice color on it. Timascus backspacer, little pivot collar of Damascus. But, so this one, now, Leon Ma has collaborated with many makers, guys. Like, you know, you name it, he's done it. He works with CRKT a lot. And he's not a knife maker. Now, he's a knife designer. So that means he basically designs a knife and he's real good at it. Because, I mean, I was surprised to find that, you know, he never made this thing. But once you get the parts, you know, I got the parts made and everything. Once you put everything together, it's comfortable as hell, and you understand why he designed it the way he did. So that's Leon. Now, Leon is a knife designer. I'm sure he dabbles in some making, but not really. So anything you see with Leon Ma's name on it is a collaboration done by another maker. So this is his design, the Ace, and there's many designs out there that are his as well. My favorite's the Eraser. So, that being said, Tashi Bharucha is a knife maker. One of my favorite knife makers for a very long time. I saw his logo years and years ago, and I was always just like, what the hell is that? Like, every time I see a really cool knife, it's got this damn logo on it. And, you know, I figured it was Tashi Bharucha, and I was just kind of like, okay, this guy does collaborations. But then I find out he does actual knives himself, and he's damn good. So he is a knife maker who likes to collaborate a lot with people. So he puts out models, and I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure the models that he collaborates with, he doesn't actually make. He has his own personal models that nobody makes but him, so he keeps those kind of separate. So I think he kind of comes up with designs that like he would like to see a certain maker produce, because it kind of has aspects of their design in it in a way, or he'd like to see what they come up with that certain knife. Now, luckily for me, one of my favorite knives ever was the Tashi Brad Southard collaboration, the Immortal Pup, which is this one. And he did a build off for this knife show. I forget what the hell it's called. I always forget the name of it. It's one in Vegas, not the USM one, but the other one. You guys know what it is. Probably not. But Brad Southard did the Immortal Pup. I believe it's a hand rub blade with gray stonewash G10 with 3 inlays of like mochame and then zirconium in the middle. It was crazy gorgeous. Had a really awesome backspacer that was insane. And basically that became my grail knife of all time. And one day I'm sitting there, you know, just doing whatever, and I get a phone call, or no, I get a PM from Tashi, and I'm just like in disbelief. And of course I try to tone it down a little bit and not like just act like a total geek. And like, yeah, let's do it. So that's all I could think about for a long time. And once Blade ended, I had to keep it to myself, which was also very difficult to do. So basically, yeah, we got started. The parts took a hell of a lot longer than I thought they would to get them done. You know, sometimes when you have other things you have to do, you got other businesses you have to rely on to get certain things done and this and that. So, you know, there was one delay there, but not a delay I've gotten ever from that company before. But, you know, it just happens. So it took a little while, got the parts. So Tashi Bharucha does not touch this knife. He gives me the design, and I basically go with the best way I know how to make knives, which is the same way I do the switches. So I basically did them the same way. I got my blade, well no, actually the switches are cubes. The switches are just square handles and square, so they can do whatever. But this one, I got the water jet to the size, and you can see the pivot screw is 3/16, but very tiny, so I have to open that hole up and ream it. Same with the clip, or pot clip, same with the scales as well. So I counterbore for pretty much everything here I do in the shop, just except for this water jet. So you gotta do the counterboring, you know, everything. You know, the tapping, I do it by hand, the counterboring on the screws, everything, the grind, all that stuff, and yeah. So this is the first one I came up with, guys. And so yeah, basically building this thing, I got the first one. I always do a prototype first, which I build by itself. It's a little expensive because you're getting water jet stuff by itself and heat treat by itself, but it's worth it if you're doing something like this, which is very important to me. So building this knife was crazy, because while I was building it, I was building my grail knife. And I was just thinking about Brad Southard doing it. I was thinking about, you know, Leschwitz doing it. I was thinking about Marsh and Jim Burke that just did one. And I just felt tingly all over, I guess you could say. I felt like I kind of made it in a way. But making this knife, I've never handled it before. So each step I'm doing on the knife, I'm getting closer and closer to actually touching an Immortal Pup. Which is my dream knife. So they're very rare out there, so you know there's not a chance I really could handle one. So I finally finished it, and this one is mine. I did the first one for myself just in case there's any problems, because it has the stop pinhole exposed, which is not on the rest of them. On the other ones, the lock side does have it, but not this side. But you know, I practiced my hand rubs specifically just for this project. You guys know me, I don't like doing hand rubs. Which is annoying because I'm obsessively, compulsively wiping it down, but you know, I figure I'd just try my hand at it, and I got some tips from Brad Southard, a really great guy. Honored to even get the chance to talk to the guy, and he's just really cool. But he gave me some tips about hand rubbing that really got everything going the right way. And yeah, so the hand rub I think is spot on, almost perfect. Not perfect. It's not like Jerry McGinnis perfect. That guy can hand rub a knife better than anybody I've seen. It's gorgeous, but it's pretty uniform. No scratches, no weird dings or anything like that. No grind lines showing anywhere. So, yep. And I got my process down for that pretty good. So now this one has a sandblasted swedge as well, which is kind of an interesting touch there. It's got the logo. That is just masked off sandblasted after I anodized. A lot of people thought it was an inlay. I wish I was that good, but I'm not. So. Yep, nice backspacer. So I'll move on to a couple more while I'm doing this video. So next one, this one, just I'm kind of going more simple with these. One of them is absolutely nuts, but so this one just has 3 counterbore holes with some kind of details in the inside. Kind of looks like crazy. That's just titanium anodized inside there. Just kind of, some tools do fun things when you use them improperly. So it's kind of like a swirl pattern in there. And then you see the anodized pivot. Not a collar, I just do a counterbore. So basically that's open right there. You can't feel it at all. But basically I polish it up inside of there. And I like the contrast and the way it just kind of just looks really crazy. I really like doing that. That's kind of like my thing. I haven't seen a lot of guys do it. I know it has been done, but you know, I liked it. So nice blue accents on this one against the gray. One of my favorite combos of colors. Everything will kind of be the same way. The screws tapped on the show side, so you got little dots, kind of polished up little colored screws. Nice backspacer. Some of them will be the full length. This is pretty much the size that we're going for. Anodized clip. This one has the two-tone blade. It's got stone-washed satin flats, acid-washed grind. Nice lock up on this one. This one's probably the best function-wise out of all of them. One of my favorites besides my own. Yeah, they're all getting tweaked still, but you know, these are nice and quick, and I try to do the best I can on these. Like I take extra steps to do these as perfect as I possibly can. Next up, this guy, just a plain one. Tashi really liked this kind of thing. This is very reminiscent of like a Southern or you know, a birch type of thing, or mayo type of thing with the holes. I've always been a fan of the holes. It's just kind of nice little accent there. I put my own twist on it by making like way too many counterbores in there, but it kind of looks cool. They're actually speakers. I'm joking. So this one as well has the satin flats, polished grind, or satin flats, acid wash grind. Nice plain backspacer, no clip yet. We'll have a clip as soon as it's done. Perfectly centered. Nice and quick, no edge yet. Like I said, I'm getting them done. This one's one of my favorites. This one I was going for a classic Tashi look. And this one is actually going to Tashi himself. The guy's really cool because I really think it's cool when a knife maker is also a collector. I understand that makers that aren't, it is sort of a waste of money for us in a way, because you know you can spend that kind of money on tools and stuff. But this one has nice F110 or 117 carbon fiber, or whatever Ghost Carbon Fiber calls it. Nice high polish on there. Backspacer kind of looks like a backbone in a way. Pocket clip is zirconium. Nice hand rub, satin, hand rub everything. Real nice and thin and contoured in this one. And this thing is ridiculously smooth. Like, it's kind of scary how smooth it is. I mean, I actually tightened the shit out of the pivot just so it didn't guillotine my finger every time I touched it. It's a little dangerous, I thought. So, it was too smooth. But I like this one a lot, so this one's going to Tashi, I believe. Now, these knives will be available on Steel Addiction when they are finished. So, and please, guys, just to save Dave Stark some trouble, please don't contact him and ask to hold any or anything like that. He was didn't like the fact that I wanted to show them beforehand, but with some convincing, and just because of the way I do things, he was nice enough to let me do it. I feel kind of bad about it, but you know me. If I didn't show these on camera on Instagram, I would basically have nothing to show for weeks. So I didn't want to not have content coming out. So basically, he agreed to do it with the understanding that I would tell people, you know, just to wait till they're available. There's no date when they're available yet, so yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. So next one, this one goes back to like a Tannic I did a long time ago for Blade HQ. It's got the 3 bullet holes, kind of the really dark washed handles, dark washed blade. You got the logos on there, just kind of embossed nicely. Backspacer's kind of similar. Got a nice bullet hole on this side as well. This one's really nice. I like this one a lot. No clip yet. Nice and smooth. Just 3 nice bullet holes, just simple. The chamfering. And next up, this one a little crazy. This one I went a little crazy on it. Now this one's got the Tashi logo underneath stonewashed blade handles. Basically put my logo over top of it after I anodized all these logos on here by basically etching. Then just covered everything with a sticker, sandblasted it, stonewashed it, took it off, and it looked crazy like this. Something I learned in like art class, like when I used to do like stencil stuff, when I used to do some graffiti things. Speaking of graffiti, this whole thing kind of reminds me of graffiti in a way. Like this looks like kind of like a messed up, like tagged up subway car, but you got this really clean satin grind on it. The pivot has a really crazy. It's really annoying this tool did this, but luckily it worked out on this guy. This tool started chattering like crazy, but it left this really amazing pattern on the outside. So luckily it didn't happen on the inside. On this side you see the logo is Tashi's logo everywhere. Just kind of make it look like it's its own finish, like a two-tone blade. And this side you got a little half piece of the logo, just like the front piece. Backspacer's a nice classic gear, really nice, kind of colored the same way. This thing is a beast. Love it. This knife is rather big, guys. I was surprised actually how big it was, but I really like it. I carry mine every single day. I just can't not carry it. It's got a lot of blade to work with. You can do a lot of kitchen stuff with it. Definitely good for self-defense. Recurve is not my thing, but actually I'm not having too much trouble with it. So I don't mind the recurve. It's a very slight recurve. It's barely even there. So it's not bad at all. It's nice and sharp, actually finding it very useful. So yeah, guys, this is the Tashi collab. There will be anywhere from 12 to 15 of them, I believe. So right now I'm on number 6, which I'm doing, which is kind of crazy. Give you guys a sneak peek. I got another carbon fiber one. The blade is not ground, you can see. It's CTS XHP, by the way. So you got your counterbore holes there, some nice regular carbon fiber. Other side is powder coated. Black, so it will be cool when it's finished. It's not even close to done yet, but it's going to be all black, everything, with some blue accents. You see there's blue liner material in there, which I haven't done in years. Nice blue, just slight blue there. So the anodizing on the side will be blue. Yeah, you'll see it. And then I got this one here. This one's awesome. That's a switch. That is a dressy switch. Anyway, guys, my camera, I just charged the battery for an entire day, and now it's going dead. I hate this camera. I got to get a new one. This is nice. This is from my buddy Abdullah. This thing is fast as hell. It's the only bolster lock I've ever done. Just Damascus everywhere. Anyway, guys, I can't promise that I'm going to be doing a lot of videos. I want to, but just could be this week I feel like doing it. So I'm not sure what I'll be doing next week. So hopefully I can keep putting out videos because I do want to. I do miss it. I just ask you guys to be a little nicer in the comments. Some of you people, just if you don't like me, just don't watch. Go fuck yourself or something. Sorry. But you know, it takes a lot of effort to sit there and write out a whole book about how much you don't like somebody. So I don't really see the point of that. And haters don't get to me. I just wonder how a human being can spend that much time just hating on someone else for no apparent reason. Because they just look like an asshole. So, you know. But that's just, yeah, that just kind of comes with the territory. I'm used to it. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Yeah, best way to get a hold of me, you guys know, is call me or text me. So the emails are still just not something I do. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Thank you. Peace.